see if that helps with the spin at all. Answer, not really. So, now here's an interesting question for you guys. Do we need more fin, or is it just a matter of this thing is innately unstable and I'm just going to have to figure out a new design way to do this? Because at this point, that's not pointing the right way. Well, in that case, we need to pull back the solid boosters, which are easy to do. F12. Oh my god, thank you. Holy crap. F10 is thermal, I believe. Yeah. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. I didn't know that even existed. Well, the game has changed. Yeah, we're going back to the VAB. So I can go ahead and cut these things thrust in half if I wanted to. We're going back to the bigger fins. Let's see. Does it work in here? No. Okay. So now with these all burning at half thrust, let's see what happens. Dynamic forces overlay enabled. Yeah, you can kind of see what I mean when I say they have the lift vectors in these. It's going to be an interesting question of whether or not they render it correctly. Because in theory, fins like this with relative wing area should create a lift in one direction or the other, but it depends upon the shape of them as well. Generally isn't worse thrust limiting because the benefit in aero losses is outweighed by the increased gravitational losses. At this point, we're not looking at losses. At this point, we're just looking at flying straight. Which it still isn't doing anyway. Huh. Pushed off the liquid air just a little bit. Reliant, I believe. Payload should be perfectly symmetrical, yes. Everything that's on this spacecraft uses either 4 or 8 symmetry, so yes, everything is symmetrical as far as the weights are concerned. Yeah, now you're seeing what I mean when there's the wings. They're producing a lift forces. Good. Yeah, I believe that's a Reliant. Yeah, that's a Reliant engine. But yeah, you're talking about using gimbaling as a flight stabilization system, I'm guessing. 100 meters per second at 10.27 hours. I think it might just be worth it to switch over to liquid engines, period. Okay, I think you guys are like 10 or 15 seconds behind me. Yeah. Okay. That's an easy flip to make, though. That's... Rip this engine off. Stick this engine on. Yeah. That's true. I'm just looking to see if we have anything else that'll boost that. Not at this time. Okay. So let's see if that is adequate to... Well, hang on, first of all. Let's go ahead and push these engines back to the limits. Maybe. Nope. By a teeny bit. Try there. Well, they may have been, and I may have just moved them, but now they're definitely square in the decoupler. So, with those two changes, let's see if the thing flies. Now, what time is it? 3:40. Okay. So I've only got another like 10 minutes worth of this stream, and then I'm going to be hopping over to Stellaris, or more correctly, I'm going to be going and finding something for food. And I'll be on with Stellaris later if you guys are interested. That's another fun, spacey game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go at a third, and light her up. Well, so far it's doing better anyway. But I think that's mostly just because it's fighting it better. We've still got that rotation, but the pitch and yaw aren't as big of an issue. Right, there it goes. Oh, I looked at chat for a second and the rocket tipped over. Crap. Anyway, the reason this camera is symmetrical is the direction of this is purely dependent on angle of attack. I did not know that. Good to know. Thank you. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh boy. Hey, we have like 5 people supposedly. Hello, people. Yeah, I'm thinking that. There's got to be something up that's doing that, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to let this crit. Everybody likes good explosions. Just test the decouples. Since I mean we're in Atmo, might as well. That would be that engine. Now jettison off that, which puts us out to just having this, which is the actual communication satellite itself. Those should just break off. We're going to have some fun with it while we do this. I don't know, when I was looking at the aero drag, it didn't seem like there was all that much drag coming off the antennas, so I don't think that's what it is. But then again, I am no expert. I understand the physics, but the exact in-game mechanics less so. How long will the communications arrays last? Up against the look of the Milky Way, which is actually quite nice. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, there's the thermal overlay. Thermal overlay is F11. Good to know. Good to know. Stretch. Yeah, we're basically just falling in at this point. So I'm going to time accelerate for a little bit. Just let her come in. Yeah. So the excessive drag at the top of the rocket. Now the question becomes, how do we fix that? Could probably ditch some of the extra solar panels. Because I mean, functionally, even if we only had that would be the ground. Yes. Anyway, yeah, then there comes the question of could probably ditch this solar panel system. It's entirely possible that we're just too tall. Because the CG is very low on this spacecraft. Because something's happening that's blowing off this alignment. As I said, I didn't think it'd be too tall either, but excessive drag at the top of the rocket. Okay, so ditch extra solar panels. The communications was the entire point of this mission. And those are always going to be external arrays no matter what we do. Got the nose cone, got the service bay as the main probe. The only thing I can think of is maybe if we decided to get rid of this engine altogether and just have it be one stack of liquid engines and to do a big old one-stager, that might work. The only problem with that is that one-stage rockets are legendarily inefficient once you actually get into space because you're hauling around a lot of empty fuel tanks. Now, if I had the fuel conduits, this wouldn't really be a question, but I do not have those yet. To be honest, yes. I know, what orbit are you trying to put this into? Predominantly mid-orbits, somewhere around 150 meters, 200 meters, 5 kilometers, my bad, I misspoke. Somewhere in there, probably. Actually, it would be quicker if I responded to you guys in the chat itself. I can do that. Like, I don't know, you guys tell me which way is better. Is it better for me just to say it, or is it better for me to actually respond to you in the chat itself? Oh, sorry, I'm still kind of new to this. So, not just Kerbals, but... Okay, we can do that. So, 2 solids. Equivalent of 10 of these fuel tanks, so we are ditching the multi-stage plan. So 1, 2, 3 and a half. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives us 10 of the basic fuel tank and 2 solid rocket boosters, single swivel. We're going to drop these down a little bit. Okay. Give this thing a shot, see if it flies straight. Yes, all 3 engines are set to burn at the same time. SAS enabled. Well, it's your design work, so where are you thinking setting the throttle initially? I'm thinking probably somewhere in the mid-range, up until we get at least through some of the atmosphere. but we'll see what she actually looks like once you get off the ground. You might want more than 2 fins. Maybe, we'll see. I believe in learning by doing. So we're gonna see. Worst comes to worst, it explodes and we do it again. Full throttle, check, roger. Alright, let's try this thing. I'm working on negotiating with this rocket about whether or not it wants to do that. Oh boy. Nope. Hang on. This is me being a scrub. Hang on. That's not as far back as I wanted. The liquid engine's all your control authority. Well, yeah, I know that. Okay, actually, you know what? We will revert back another step. Because fins are cheap. And you do generally want them in multiples of either 3 or 4 if my aerodynamics professor taught me anything. Yes, I know the liquid engine is all my control authority. Oh, sorry, I already read that once. So, like, here is what you're saying. It's like, turn on the SS, pull the trigger, and immediately start leaning. That's what you're telling me. Also switching over to precision controls. That's also just generally true. Not even necessarily worrying about whether we're talking rockets or not. That's true of most combat aircraft as well. Thank you, Soul Wager. You've been extremely helpful in getting me through the being a scrub stage. Yeah, I'm flying by gimbal right now. Let's put it in someplace like there-ish. That'll work. Then, of course, it's just a matter of circularizing the orbit. Oop, too much. See, here's where I almost wish I wasn't playing the vanilla version of the game, and I wish I went and got the mod. I think it's called Mech Jab. It's like a flight computer. Sorry, it's been a very long time since I've played this. Alright, let's go ahead and take advantage of those little tiny control wheels and see if we can't reorient the spacecraft a little bit. We have a few minutes, so